Alright guys, this is tip number 2. I find this tip to be one of the very, very most important tips that you can learn, or things that I haven't seen really covered before. It's something that I really like to use when I'm performing, especially in front of a crowd, an extremely large crowd, because it can really cause problems if you don't know how to do this right. So, the idea of this is if you're in a crowd, this tip is about distractions. Now, this may seem really hard to do, or really easy to do, or you don't know how to distract a crowd. Okay, the idea is not to say, oh, look over there, there's a monster. Flying purple people leader to the left. No, it doesn't. That's not what you're aiming to do, guys. What you're aiming to do is, if you're going to perform the classic pass and you think that you're going to mess up or something, like if you're going to get caught doing that, or you're going to accidentally get the packet caught on the side, or if you feel like you're going to mess up because of the angles, you can, when you're doing it, if you've never noticed this, if you performed before, if you've never noticed, if you look up, if you're looking down at the cards the whole time, they're going to be looking where you are. But if you direct your attention at them, when you go to perform your classic pass or whatever, if you direct your attention at them, they are going to look up at you. Okay, and almost everyone in the crowd will look at you, because they'll be looking at your face and not the cards anymore. And then the second you look down, they're going to focus their attention back down. So if you feel like you need a second of time to do your classic pass, look up. They will look up, and when you see everyone looking up, or when you see a majority of the crowd looking up, perform the classic pass and say, as you look down. Okay, you can perform the gravity control. Now, this sometimes I have problems with, because I think people are going to catch it, alright? The idea is, not only will laymen not notice half of it, but when you're performing, you just sometimes get anxious and feel like, oh, I'm going to screw up, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, okay? If you feel that way, go ahead and look up at them. I'm telling you, this is like the best distraction ever, and it doesn't seem like it, but it is. It is like the best. Or if you make a joke, okay? That's a later tip, but if you make a joke, like when you're doing it, like if you just like have a card fly out at them, or just be like, oh, look, I can make cards disappear, and then throw the card or something, just to get a quick distraction and lighten the mood for you, it'll really help you, alright? So the idea is that if you're going to try and take the king, and you're going to set it into the middle, and you say, watch, watch, and you were going to perform the classic pass or whatever the heck you want to do, and you felt like you were going to get caught, like that just happened, like that, and then it was going to take you extra time or something, or you're going to get caught there, or it was going to be sloppy, or you're not 100% confident in your skills, all you have to do, I swear, this works almost every time, all you have to do is direct your attention towards the spectator, okay? Just look up at them and start talking. If you're talking to them and you're looking at them, like directly at them, their direction will go up towards your face, not towards the card. And at that time, if you're trying to get the card to the top, okay, say you're saying you put their card in the middle and you don't want them to notice, and you're just mixing up the cards, and you're talking to them, and you're looking at them and not the cards, they will be looking at you, they will be looking at you back. It'll really help you, alright? So if you feel uncomfortable or something, I swear, just try it, alright? Now, this doesn't work on a camera or anything, but it will really help you when you're performing, okay? Another quick tip is, if you want to perform for somebody, but you don't know how to walk up and ask them if you want to perform, like, I'm a magician, do you want to perform, do you want to see something? Do you want to see something really cool? Do you want to, I'm a performer, would you like to see a trick, or something like that? You just pull out your cards, and if you're in a group of people, maybe not in the mall or something, you'd have to walk up and ask somebody if they want to see it. But if you're at like school or something, and nobody's seen your magic tricks, learn the spring. That is like the most impressive flourish that anyone sees. It's so simple to do. And I swear, half the people will just tell you that was amazing, and they'll be like, do you know how to do card tricks? And you just gotta respond yes, and you've already set the mood for yourself, okay? You already impressed the crap out of them by shooting cards from your hands, okay? So that's just to, basically, if you don't know how to walk up and ask somebody if you want to see something, alright? So, tip number 1, cleanliness. Tip number 2, distractions. Remember that looking up motion. If you're performing, and you tell them to get a card, you will totally notice this in a crowd, even if you're performing for your family or something, or your mom, or your dad. you will notice that they're not going to keep their direct eyes on the card trick unless you're re-showing a card trick, because then they're just trying to catch it. So that's another tip. Do not re-show a card trick. You could show it like a week later or something to somebody that's seen it, but do not show it. If they say do it again, say no, I got a different one for you. Okay? Because if you re-show it, they're going to catch you. Unless you have something funny or they're trying to be a hard spectator, which I will cover in a later video. So remember, if you just look up, or hey, you even if you have to, you could say you forgot what you were going to do. I did that a lot when I was a beginner. It made me look a little bit unexperienced, but it really helped, because if I was like here, and I was going to perform the classic pass or the Herman pass, and I thought somebody was going to see it, okay, if I thought they were going to see it, then I would look up, I'd say, oh, I forgot what I was going to do, and then they would stop looking at the cards, I'd bring it up, perform it, oh yeah, then I'd perform it, okay, and then they would direct their attention back to the cards and realize that their cards on top face up, whatever I needed to do, okay. So, just remember, looking up at your spectator and talking will totally direct their attention towards you and not the cards. And jokes really help, so keep it funny, keep it clean, and use distractions, guys.